Hey everybody, Carol from Carol's Vintage Treasures, and this is my what sold video for September 30th through October 6th. I had a total of 12 sales, very good for me, one on Poshmark and 11 on Etsy. This is my sale on Poshmark. It was a pandemic Can You Save Humanity game from 2012. It was new, it was sealed, and it sold for $20. Makes me happy some of these games are finally selling. I think I sold one last week too. So that's good. And moving on to Etsy. I have not had this guy very long. I did determine it was a golf club cover, not a puppet. He sold for $19.99. He was very, very cute. I didn't have him very long, so that was a quick sale. Very good. Happy with that. Next thing that sold was a Talbot's necklace. And I sold this for $19.19. I got this in a Shop Goodwill auction that I won of Talbot's jewelry. It's all been selling very well, so that was a good auction buy. It did take me a little while, but it's a very beautiful necklace. Had lots of pretty rhinestones in that red center there. And didn't take a very good picture of the Talbots, but it did finally sell. I was happy about that. Selling a lot of jewelry lately, so that's good because I need to clear a lot of that out. Next thing that sold was a Math Whiz. This was just a little handheld game. It was by Educational Insights. Sold for $12.79. I think I got that in a baggie from Goodwill, so I didn't pay very much for that at all. Always make sure you check the baggies because there's usually some pretty good stuff in there that they miss. This cat I haven't had very long either. It is primitive clay pottery, Mexican folk art. It was only 5 inches tall, but it was really cute, and I love the design on it. I figured out after trying to clean it, it was supposed to look like that. So that's the only thing you can do really is do research, do a Google Lens search, see if you can find one like it. Sometimes people will post things that they have tags on, so that can be a good thing if you do a Google Lens search. Sometimes you can get more information on your item that way. Next, I sold this school bus picture frame. I haven't had this very long either. I got this over at Sunshine 8. Did I? I think I did. I got it. No, I got it at Goodwill. I got this at Goodwill. It was stuck over with the small picture frames. Sold it for $23.99. That was a quick sale too. Haven't had it very long. Next thing that sold were these earrings. I've had them for such a long time, but they were really beautiful. They sold for $11.99. I was just thinking I can just keep these because I love butterflies, and poof, they sold. So I just need to go around and touch things and look at things and say, I think I'll keep this, and then it'll sell. I've figured out the secret. So that happened with my Robert Redford movie too, if you remember, if you watched that video. So next thing that sold was this little penguin. He was a refrigerator air freshener. You just put baking soda in there, and he would freshen your refrigerator with those little holes in the top of his head. And that's what he looked like on the bottom. He was very, very cute. Sold for $16.79. Next thing that sold were another pair of earrings. I've had these for a long, long time. They sold for $12.79. They're just a yellow enamel circle clip-on earrings. Probably from the 70s, 70s or 80s. Sometimes things are really from the 80s because they did a quick revival, I think, in the 80s of 70s stuff. But they were really pretty. I love that yellow color, but they did take a while to sell, and I think I got those in a probably a Shop Goodwill auction, or maybe one of those rescue boxes. Not rescue boxes, what do they call them? Goodwill blue boxes of jewelry. I really don't get those anymore because they're not worth it. Okay. Next thing that sold was this bracelet. Very beautiful. I thought it was really pretty. Sold for $14.39. Kind of a enamel colored metal bracelet. It had you just actually wrap it around your wrist. It was really pretty. But $14.39, selling a lot of jewelry this week. That's great. I love it. Because I have a ton of jewelry in my Etsy store. If anybody needs jewelry, you know where to go. Okay, next I sold this really cute picture frame. It is a baptism frame or christening frame. Had a silver colored cross on it and a little inscription there. Sold for $19.19. I haven't had this too long. I find a lot of stuff over in the small picture frames. That's my little honey hole. Is that what you call it? When you go places other people usually don't check. That and the wood area. Those are two areas I can find some good stuff in usually. Next, I sold this realistic looking bunny. I've had this for a long time. He sold for $11.99. I think he was resin. He was kind of lightweight, but he sure was cute. He looked real. So you could fake somebody out and put that in your garden. But he didn't have any markings or anything on him. But he was a cutie. Look at those eyes. That was it. That was all my sales. So I had a really good week. Fourth quarter is officially here. It started October 1st. So if you're reselling, you're going to start getting busy. So I'm going to do less sourcing and more shipping now, I hope. I've been shipping twice a week. I'm hoping I can get that up to 3 times a week. So we'll see what happens. I had a pretty good haul to take down there this morning. So we'll see what comes in. And that is it. I have a haul coming up for you. If you just stay right there, I will be right back. Hi everybody. I have a haul here for you today. I went over to Goodwill and also 360. I got some clothes at 360 for Poshmark. I'll usually do that on a color tag day. So either get them for half price or for $2, whichever one it is. I think I actually got a combination of things here. So just a few things from Goodwill, not too much. Not finding too much lately, but it's okay. I got a bag of blocks for $3.49. And I just clean these up and I put them in a drawer until I have a full set, and then I'll list them on Etsy. And people usually buy these to craft with or just for their kids to play with. But they seem to sell pretty well for me. I found this. It's a little thing to put beads in. And I'll just list that on Etsy as a craft supply. You can list craft supplies if it's not old enough, which I don't think it is. But this was $3.49. Not too bad, and it's really cute. I love the drawer handles. Those are really pretty. And I got a baggie with some cards in it. If I can find the baggie. I think it was $3.49. But these were in there, which are not a big deal. I'll just keep those. And then these. I like to put vintage cards in my store. And these are brand new, so I don't even have to count them and make sure they're all there. So that's awesome. Kind of a Southwest style design. If you can see that. I know the light's kind of weird in here. But we'll do that. And then I got clothes. Some stuff I just got for me. I got this at Goodwill. It was half of $3.99, so it was like $2. And I like wearing tank tops around the house because they're cooler and they're comfortable, and I can feel better when I'm working. I don't have to have that air condition turned up so high. I usually turn it up high enough so that Holly is comfortable. So, and here's another one that I got at $3.60. It was half off of $4.99. I think the yellow tags were half off and the pink tags were $2. This would have been also half off of $4.99. Also for me, I'm going to weed out. I have some nylon ones that are not at all comfortable. I'm going to weed out those and stick with those cotton ones. They just feel better on. Right. I got some jeans at $3.60. These are J brand. I believe they were $2 because it's a pink tag. But I think that's J Jill, J brand. And they're just straight leg jeans. And straight legs are not really that in anymore. But I think people like me still buy them because I like straight leg jeans. They just make me look slimmer somehow. I don't know. And then I got these. I'm not sure what brand they are, but they were a 3X and they were in really good condition. So I went ahead and got them. And I'll figure out where they're from. But they're like new. Excuse me. My voice is leaving me. And then these are Jones, New York. They would have been half off of $8.99. And they've got cute little butterflies on them. I like those. That's what the back looks like. And again, they're straight leg. If you can find wide leg jeans, those are very popular right now. So, but I was really just looking for sale items when I was there. That's all the clothing I got. And I got a couple of shelf sitters. These were $2.49. And they're just little frogs. Aren't those cute? And we'll see. I'll just put them on Etsy and see how they do. Probably put them together as a set. But they're nice. I like frogs. But that's all I got. I'm not getting too much anymore. I've got over 1,300 items in my Etsy store, or almost 1,300 items. So I'm trying to move some of that out. And Poshmark, I've got quite a bit too. My links are in the description if you want to look at my stores to see what I list things for, or maybe find something you like for the holidays. I've been listing a lot of holiday stuff lately. So take a look. You might find something you like. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the what sold video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. It's a slow climb. I'm doing my best, but I'm determined to do it. So there we go. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching my videos. And if you're out looking for treasure, I hope you find everything that you're looking for. And that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.